So I'd like to give you a gift in closing, and I'd like to tell you a quick story, because actually what I'd like to do is have you give your own gift to yourself, because I found that it was given to me and I gave it to myself. And you know how in life that sometimes there's probably only a handful of events that profoundly affect your destiny. There's certain things and happenings and books you read or people you met that just profoundly change your life. And usually there's only a handful. And being on the streets, going up to Minnesota to try to get to know who my father was, didn't want anything to do with me. Emotionally, I was destroyed. It took me years to overcome all this emotional damage that I had. Self-sabotaging, right? Even it didn't matter about potential. I just didn't see myself as, being a person, giving myself permission that it's okay for you to succeed. It's okay. Give yourself permission to have what you want and live the good life. I couldn't do that. I'm fighting. I'm challenging. And at this health club I was working out in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and it's one of those things where you're a member to one and you get to go to all of the clubs. And for over a year at this club that I would go to on a regular basis, I kept noticing this guy. And at the time I didn't ask myself, but if I had, I would have guessed he was in his mid-60s. But I didn't ask, but I would have guessed he's in his mid-60s. And you would not believe this guy, in his mid-60s. He had a 12-pack. In amazing shape. When he did push-ups, he could rip them off. Bar dips, he could rip them off. He could play basketball with the 20-year-olds. He had just an awesome 12-foot off the glass jump shot. He could just take some of those kids to school because they would think, oh, here's the old man. What's he even doing out here to begin with? The guy was in phenomenal shape. But more important than how good a physical condition he was, this was one of those people that just seemed to attract everybody to want to be around him. He didn't have to pursue a conversation. His eyes sparkled. He just seemed to be the definition of life. He glowed, his energy. People were always going around this guy, chatting with him. And I said to myself several times, I wonder what has made this guy so lit up and turned on and seems to be so happy. And I knew it wasn't because of, a couple weeks, he had a couple good weeks. I've watched this guy for more than a year. And I just wanted to, but I couldn't. I wanted to go up and, what's made you like you are? So fired up and turned on and motivated to be in such good shape. But I thought, no. And part of that was I didn't really probably want to hear the answer. And one day I went to another health club to work out. And after my workout, I go down in the locker room, right? And I'm heading for the showers. And these health clubs kind of have those big commune showers with like 30 shower heads and a bunch of guys in there taking showers, right? You know what I'm talking about, guys? And so I'm heading into that big commune, that big shower to take a shower after my workout. And I round the corner and literally almost bump into this guy. He's heading out of the shower. You know the saying that says that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. We startled each other, and we both took a big step back, right? And we're kind of standing there, and then we kind of realized, and if we grab our towels and put our towels around us, and then I reach out to him, and I didn't know what to say. I said, "Hi, my name is Ricky." He took another couple steps backwards. Guys, you know what I'm talking about. If you're in a locker room, some red-headed guy came up and said, "Hi, I'm Ricky," you would be startled too and take a step back as well. We had the towels around us, and I said, "What has made you like you are?" I didn't know what to ask him. He thought I was weird. And he takes and pushes me in the shoulder over by where the sinks were, because we've got guys coming in and out of the shower on all sides of us. And he pushes me over by the sinks, and he said, "Ricky, let me tell you a story." And then he said, could you imagine what it would be like if you met somebody, or maybe you have, that you met a woman, somebody that you're really excited about, that you thought about all day long. Maybe it's a gal that you want to date, or you're dating, you're going out, and you're really enthusiastic and excited about this person. And maybe you have a date. And it seems like forever before the date starts. And then when you go on the date, it seems like it's over in moments. And even before the date, you buy maybe a new shirt, and on the way over, you buy a long stem rose, and you're just excited, captivated. And I said, absolutely. I've been that excited about somebody, and this guy takes me by the shoulder, turns my shoulder around, and over my shoulder, after he turned me around, pointing into the mirror, he whispered in my ear, and he said, Ricky, could you imagine getting that excited about yourself? I could never imagine getting that excited about myself. My legs got weak. It was just one of those moments. When I turned and got my composure back, the guy was gone. And a couple of days later, I'm at my regular club, and I see this guy. And I went up to him, and I said, come on, man, that was deep, it was heavy. You've done that before. You set me up, you know. And he said, I have. Sorry about that. And my name is Glenn. How you doing? He shook my hand. I said, Glenn, you never did answer the question. I asked you, what's made you like you are? And he said, well, let me tell you a story. Well, this time I made sure there's no mirrors around, right? And he said, you won't believe this, Ricky, but 17 years ago I was obese, smoking cigarettes, broke. My wife left me, and my kids won't return my call, and I was an alcoholic on top of that. I said, you got to be kidding me. That can't be true. He said, it's true. I said, well, what's made you like you are? And he said, fortunately, a friend of mine didn't give up on me, and he told me a story. And I thought, here comes another story. And I said, okay, tell me this story. And he said, I already told you the story when we first met. And he said, you know what's made me like I am today, Ricky? Is when I finally got to the point where I could look in the mirror and get excited about that person, anticipate my date with Journey to buy me a new shirt and a long stem rose. And he said the day that I started realizing and getting that excited about myself is the day that I turned my life around. That is what's made me like I am. So my gift to you is to give yourself your own gift, and that's a gift of self-acceptance, and give yourself permission to be who you are. It's okay to be who you are. Thank you. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, I applaud you as well. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's been great to be here.